How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the first week of November, and it is time to check out all of the new games that are dropping this week. Have quite a few stuff to go over, some notable titles for sure, some free games from PlayStation Plus, and everything in between. So let's get right into it and start off with the first title, and that is Conway Disappearance at Dahlia View. This is dropping November 2nd, and the game notes, when 8-year-old Charlotte May is reported missing from Dahlia View, retired detective Robert Conway launches his own investigation into her disappearance. Lead the investigation and uncover dark secrets in a story-driven observational thriller from the creators of The Occupation and Ether One. So this is done by White Paper Games, published by Sold Out. Again, this is going to be very much a story-driven experience, lighter on the gameplay, but if you want mysteries and adventure games like that, detective adventure games, this is probably going to be something right up your alley. There is a demo available on PC, and the features note, experience a tense and emotional story in an all-new detective thriller. Lead the investigation into a missing person as Robert Conway, a retired detective living in Dahlia View. Observe the actions of Dahlia View's residents to uncover clues, study suspicious behavior, and gain new leads. Explore Dahlia View, solve puzzles, and investigate residents to discover new evidence, profile suspects, and piece together your investigation. The game, again, is due out on November the 2nd. Next up, probably the biggest game release of the week, and that is Call of Duty Vanguard. I do have to say, as far as Call of Duty releases go, this one seemingly, to me, maybe it's just me, I feel like there's a little bit less buzz than there usually is for a Call of Duty game. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out from, how this game pans out from a sales standpoint, but this is one of those years, man, if Battlefield outsells Call of Duty, that would be one of the bigger stories, I think, of gaming of the year. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think this year is the most likely that it's ever been. But Call of Duty Vanguard, rise on every front, dogfight over the Pacific, airdrop over France, defend Stalingrad with a sniper's precision, and blast through advancing forces in North Africa. The Call of Duty franchise returns with Call of Duty Vanguard, developed by Sledgehammer Games, where players will be immersed in a visceral World War II combat on an unprecedented global scale. Through a deeply engaging single-player campaign, select a group of soldiers from different countries rise to meet the world's gravest threat. Again, the game is due out on November the 5th, so you can check it out then. And I'm sure the majority of you guys probably have already made your mind up on whether or not you're picking up the game. There are those of you that pick up Call of Duty every year. And honestly, I've been picking up a Call of Duty every year, but this would be one of those years that I think I would skip the game. I would skip out on the game if I wasn't, like, making videos and, you know, I should be up to date with a Call of Duty game. So I hope for the best out of Call of Duty Vanguard. I enjoyed Black Ops Cold War. I always have fun with Call of Duty games for a little bit these days, but don't get as invested into them as I did in my younger years, but I'm sure for a lot of you guys, you're super stoked for it. Again, Vanguard is due out November the 5th. Okay, next up, Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy. So this is going to be a legit Gundam release. It's not a free-to-play title. It is going to be pay-to-play. This is a game that I'm hoping for the best out of. You guys know me. I've been clamoring for more mech titles and mech games of quality. Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy tells the story of the Noisy Fairy, a secret unit led by Alma and under the direct control of the Principality of Zeon. During the one-year war, the unit struggles to break through the North America continent. The game features the top-notch action of Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2, while providing a deep and extensive side story for both fans and newcomers alike. Explore the world of Code Fairy as unbreakable bonds formed in the midst of the brutality of war. The game is due out on Friday, November the 5th, and it'll be available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Next up, we have Demon Turf, which will be available on, like, literally every platform, but if you're a fan of 3D platformers that are a little bit more comical, this is going to be something right up your alley. The game notes, the 3D platformer with attitude joined Beebs in her ambitious goal of taking over the Demon Turfs and becoming the Demon Queen herself. Jump, spin, and punch your way across the turfs with unique mechanics like momentum-driven combat and self-placed checkpoints. Time to face the Demon King. Definitely a little bit more comical and doesn't seem to take itself too seriously. Very unique art style in this one, so hopefully it does pan out. I had initially expected that this game had the potential to be a PlayStation Plus title, but yeah, it will be just a standard game release. Due out November 4th, again, pretty much coming to everything: PC, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, Series X. Next up, let's cover the 2 titles that'll be PlayStation Plus freebies. First Class Trouble is dropping on Tuesday, November the 2nd, and yes, this will be a PlayStation Plus freebie, so if you're on PS4 or PS5, you'll be able to get this game for free with your subscription. It is a multiplayer party social deduction game. You guys know there's been a ton of titles like this in recent years. First Class Trouble is a party game where players must work together and against each other to survive a disaster. The goal is to shut down a deadly AI. Some players are imposters secretly playing as human-looking killer robots intent on betraying the other players. So you have 2 personoids and then 4 players are going to be the standard players, and it's going to be a game that's going to thrive on multiplayer, so it's nice to see that right out of the gate it is going to be a PlayStation Plus freebie. I much prefer this route than a game, going to PlayStation Plus while it's dying off. I think if you come out as a Plus freebie right out the gate and you can resonate at that point, you're going to have a lot more longevity. We saw that with a ton of games that have dropped as multiplayer titles. It doesn't always pan out, but it's a good strategy that does often work, and First Class Trouble, we'll see if it turns out well, again, out this Tuesday, November 2nd. Next up, we have Knockout City's PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X upgrade. This will also be a PlayStation Plus freebie, so you can check it out on PS4 and PS5. Knockout City is a game that dropped earlier this year, and it had a little bit of buzz when it initially came out, but then it really fell off. I saw a lot of people in the comment section when we initially talked about this game going to Plus, people being like, yo, this really should have been free to play from the get-go, and it might have had some lasting power. It does have a trial available, and that is something to note, but now it's going the PlayStation Plus route, and hopefully that'll be able to revitalize the game. Team up and duke it out with rival crews in Knockout City, where epic dodgeball battles settle the score in team-based multiplayer matches. Throw, catch, pass, dodge, and tackle your way to dodgeball dominance. Again, this is out Tuesday, November 2nd. The PlayStation 5 and Series X version, the PS4 and X1 version are already out. Next up, I do want to cover a couple Nintendo Switch releases and PC releases. First of all, we have Where Cards Fall. This is coming to Nintendo Switch and PC on November the 4th. A very unique game as far as art style goes. I have to say I dig the art style quite a bit. Spread decks of cards to solve challenging spatial puzzles and progress through dreamlike landscapes in this award-winning title. Traverse beautifully crafted isometric puzzles that give way to wordless coming-of-age story that invites you to reflect on the formative moments of your own life. Again, this does seem to be more of like a casual, relaxing game where you're not going to have to think about it for too much from a hardcore standpoint, but it looks like a pretty cool game, and it looks like it is going to have a focus on the narrative as well, so interesting. Hopefully it does come to PlayStation at some point as well, but Switch PC November the 4th. And lastly, interesting release here, we have Tunche coming from Leap Game Studios and Hypertrain Digital. Now, this game is supposed to come out on PlayStation 4 as well. I do know that the PC and Switch versions are scheduled for a release November 2nd. The PlayStation 4 version doesn't have a release date. I believe it's on Xbox One as well, and that's coming November 2nd on top of that. So hopefully this does come to PlayStation 4 sooner rather than later, but it looks like a pretty cool game. Tunche is a charming hand-drawn action game with roguelike elements. Team up with your friends or play solo. Choose from 5 unique characters and restore peace in the Amazon rainforest. This is very much more of a beat-em-up style game, but with a really great art style. Definitely going to be something that draws people in right away from that standpoint. Again, you have 5 unique characters, and you'll have to overcome the evil beasts of the Amazonian forest. You'll have to learn skills and the ultimate abilities that'll take you further through the story with each playthrough. Again, Tunche is due out November 2nd. Hopefully, we hear about its PlayStation release sooner rather than later, but the game itself, I think, is going to be something that does resonate with people. Maybe not one that everybody's going to jump out their seats to buy day one, but something to add to the wish list, maybe check out sometime down the line. But that is going to do it for me. Again, we're coming up on November, historically a pretty stacked month of game releases this November. It looks pretty decent. There are definitely going to be some games that people are going to have their eyes on. And whether you're picking up Call of Duty or you're going for some of the more underrated games like Conway, Disappearance, and Dahlia View, this week does have a variety of stuff dropping. But that is going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. You can always sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.